So, y'all, we got another video. This video is 3 very true, scary Snapchat horror stories animated by horror stories. That's some food, man.
I was coming home from work one night when I had to stop for gas. I parked my car at the gas pump and went inside to pay with whatever cash I had on me. There were already 3 people waiting in line when I walked in and queued up. We were all stuck behind one of those annoying lottery guys who love to take their sweet time buying and cashing out like 10 different kinds of tickets. So I ended up making random small talk with the guy ahead of me. As we were chatting, another guy in the store saw us and thought we were actually friends hanging out together. This other guy came over and butted in, also cutting in front of me to get between us. He had really light blonde hair and a terrible bowl cut like something out of the 80s, and just started talking like a total asshole.
What's up, dudes? I'm Timothy, but you can call me Tim. Hey, you got a problem, man? You're looking at me kind of funny. Nah, man, just trying to get home. Long day at work, you know? I know exactly what you need. My hotel's across the street, and I just hit the liquor store.
But yeah, I say, well, man, don't be just going into random people's houses and hotels and shit, bro. And drink with random
I think I'm alright, man.
Especially
I don't
female.
really drink anyway. That's lame. What about you? I know you drink.
Yeah, I do, but I think I'll stick with these.
You gotta be kidding me. Who gets drunk off 2 beers? Listen, I got the good stuff, plus some. You guys got Snapchat?
I felt cornered into adding this Timothy guy on Snapchat, but I didn't mind as I barely used it anymore. The other guy added him on Snapchat too. Then after that, Tim didn't really talk to me. It seemed like he was slowly convincing the other guy to leave with him. I was honestly thankful to this random stranger for occupying that guy so that he wouldn't bother me anymore. Eventually, they made it to the front of the line. The stranger paid for his drinks. Then he and Tim walked out together. Less than a minute later, I had paid for my gas and was exiting the store to go fill up my car. I could see Tim and the stranger crossing the street to the hotel. It was one of those extended stay places that looked pretty sketchy, so I was glad I wasn't spending my night there. After I filled up, I went home. I made myself some dinner, cleaned up, then started getting ready for bed. Just as I was plugging my phone in, I got a notification. It was a snap from the Timothy guy. I didn't really want to open it. After all, I just met him against my will, but I knew I'd get curious and stay awake thinking about what it could be, so I opened it, and when I did, it turned out to be just what I expected. A selfie of Tim and the stranger holding up shots with a caption saying, "You should join us." I didn't respond.
Ooh, we got that reggae.
I'll be feeling that too, though. If I don't do certain things, or if I don't, like, if I have a message that I didn't open or something like that, I can't go to sleep until I open it. Especially if it's, like, just a random person, because you just never know. Yeah, I remember, I think I had a time where I was, like, on my phone. I think it was on Snapchat, too. And I opened, it was like a snap streak. You know what I'm saying? And I opened it, and, like, I'm being so serious. I opened it, and it was, like, it looked like a picture of my room, bro. Like, because it was back in one of my old houses, and I was sitting on my bed, and I opened the street, and I could you not, I was sitting down, and if I like the way that you look at it, it made it seem like it was in the closet. So like, with my awareness, I knew it was in the closet by how it looked, and I know how my room is set up. So like it was like a part of my like body, and then the cover, because I was sitting on the bed, and my bed was like higher up, so it was a cover of like my cover, and it was like basically if you were to take a picture, if you were in a closet and you took a picture and somebody was on the bed and you took a picture of them, and it was like a part of my body and then a little bit of the cover and some of the bed, because you know that's why I will always open snap streaks just in case, bro, because you just never know, bro. Could be somebody in your attic, somebody in your closet, your basement, you know, just anywhere, bro, taking it, or your window especially too, like you know, take a picture of you in your window, or, like, you just never know, bro.
And put my saying, "You should join us."
So y'all
I
be
didn't
woke,
respond.
Man.
I just closed Snapchat and put my phone on Do Not Disturb, then laid down to go to sleep. Yet for some reason, I felt strangely awake. Something was bothering me in the back of my mind, but I couldn't tell what exactly. Maybe it was something I said or didn't say in that whole interaction at the gas station. I kept tossing and turning for hours, but nothing seemed to put me at ease. Eventually, at around 3 or 4 a.m., I resorted to scrolling through my phone. I went through Instagram, Facebook, even a little bit of Reddit before I finally reopened Snapchat. It was a trip down memory lane at first, tapping through my friends' stories that I hadn't seen in years. But I couldn't avoid Tim's story sitting at the top of my messages. When I tapped into it, I couldn't believe what I saw. It was a video of him beating the life out of the stranger we met. The poor bastard was bloody, covering his face, begging the guy to stop.
Take it! You deserve it! Don't fall asleep! I want you to feel every bit of this!
I was frozen, watching it all unfold, story after story, and it just kept getting worse. When the guy woke up, Tim pulled his eyes open and started cutting his face. He stabbed him over and over, kicking him into the ground. The stranger was awake every time he was beaten or stabbed, and the videos were all a few minutes apart, like Tim was waiting for him to wake up, to experience the agony he was inflicting. Finally, in the last video, Tim filmed himself slitting the stranger's throat, killing him. As soon as I convinced myself I wasn't having a nightmare, I called the police. I gave them the Snap story, which led them to arresting Timothy immediately. But of course, it was already too late. The stranger's body had already been dumped, after having been stabbed a dozen times, and even burned. I think about this night all the time. I can't help telling myself that if I'd been watching the story post sooner, I might have been able to save that poor man's life. However, I'm ashamed to admit that the thought which scares me more is that it could have been me. This story was inspired by a horrific incident regarding a man who pleaded guilty to charges related for posting videos on social media of himself beating another man to death 3 years ago. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Timothy Kendrick, 35, pleaded guilty in June to charges of aggravated murder, kidnapping, tampering with evidence, and gross use of a corpse. The victim was 30-year-old Drew Mendelbaum, whose body was found in July of 2021. The police said Kendrick met Mendelbaum at a gas station, and the two of them returned to Kendrick's hotel room to drink. Police say Mendelbaum had been stabbed more than 45 times, beaten, and his body was set on fire. He was found burned and covered in a shower curtain with zip ties around his ankles. His body was left just outside of a business complex.
Face it. Man, I'll be the him, bro. Y'all work that I hang out with, bro. Cause you never know, man.
Arrested Kendrick shortly after they said they found Snapchat videos of the torture.
He recorded it too. I don't know. Just tell people on record.
I moved out of my parents' place and into my own apartment pretty early on. I didn't have too many friends when I first moved out, and I didn't really know what kind of places I should go to make new ones. So I was fine with letting the social media algorithm set me up with random people. One night, this guy added me on Snapchat. His name was Lewis. I added him back, not thinking much of it. We began chatting after he sent me a selfie barely a few minutes later. The caption said, "Nice to meet you." He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't my type either. Just kind of a plain, average guy. Figuring I'd entertain it for a bit, I sent him a selfie back, saying, "Nice to meet you."
You gotta stop playing people's emotions like this, bro. If you know that you don't like him or her, this is just in general, like, speaking, bro. You know you don't like somebody, don't entertain it, bro. It's gonna make it worse for both of y'all.
You too. We ended up talking back and forth for a while. This continued on and off into the next week or so, then steadily.
Especially if they randomly add you, because it fucking means out. Or add a lot of people.
For a few days, and before I knew it, we had a best friends badge and a streak going. Once we figured out we lived next to each other, we decided to meet up in person. I made it. Once we days.
She nuts. She just wild.
And before I knew it, we had a best friends badge and a streak going. Once we figured out we lived next to each other, we decided to meet up in person. I made it clear from the very beginning that this was a purely platonic friendship. He seemed okay with that, so we hung out a few times here and there. However, the more we talked on Snapchat, the more Lewis actually started developing feelings for me. He started offering to buy my groceries when we ran errands together. I insisted that
Are you running errands? Well, platonic friendship, bro.
I wanted to cover them myself, but he was becoming more persistent, tapping his card and paying for it afterward.
Because now it's like, he might do the method of him paying all this stuff for you and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
I reminded him that I just want.
But bro, I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell you one thing too. When I made this in one of my story times that I was supposed to be posting soon, if a female, or like just in general, you have a friendship, right? So like she said, she doesn't like him, or whatever. If you get put in a situation like that, if the person that doesn't like you, they're gonna look at it like this. This is how I look at it, because this happened to me. I was friends with a female, and she wanted a relationship with me. But you have to realize we would hang out, give massages, stuff like that, cool. But we always had a lot of free time, you know what I'm saying? So since we had so much free time, you know, we would do things, right? So in her mind, it's like, okay, she already wants me, so it's not like a bad, like she's not necessarily losing anything out of this, because she gets to hang out with someone she likes, you know, they buy her stuff, whatever, give them massage, stuff like that. So it's like, if eventually that will lead to us being in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So I think of it like that. Like, if you have a friend, that's why I feel like you can never really have a female friend or a boy best friend, because at some point, either one of you, especially after hanging out multiple times and having so much free time together, and also being single as well, at some point you're going to want to either do something or, you know, hang out, whatever, you know what I'm saying, over more than just that. Or y'all may go out and have drinks or something and go to each other's houses or whatever, and things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just feel like you should never, if you know you don't have feelings for somebody, don't be friends with them. Don't hang out with them. I mean, you can hang out with them, but just make it less touchy. Because it also comes with, too, like, if he is lonely and you are showing interest in him, then, or, no, if she's lonely and that's why she's showing interest in him, he doesn't look at it like that. He looks at it as she has feelings for him. So he's going to continue to pursue her because he knows, okay, if I'm hanging out with her, if I buy her stuff, if I hang out with her all the time, she has to have some sort of feelings with me because she's not hanging out with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's so many other dudes she be hanging out with, and she's hanging out with me. Then that makes them think, okay, she likes me, so why would I not pursue her and buy stuff for her? And you know what I'm saying? So it's really just got to be
wanted to hang out as friends. I explained all over again that I
especially
wasn't.
too, like, if they're driving, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know, bro. Especially as a female, like, you never know what a dude can do if they're driving, bro.
Ready for a serious relationship, but I wasn't interested in one either.
And that was the same situation with me. I didn't want a relationship. She wanted a relationship, but she wanted to do relationship things, so she would still hang out with me no matter what. Even though she knew that eventually it would lead to something if we continue to hang out and do things.
He just nodded and brushed it off, almost like he wasn't taking what I was saying serious. But over text, he became even bolder about his feelings, saying he wanted me to put more effort into our relationship and that he wanted to go on actual dates. For the 10th time, I had to tell him I didn't have
You shouldn't have to tell somebody this many times, bro.
Any romantic feelings towards him, and that I didn't want to be anything more than friends. It was getting annoying and weird as hell. The next day, I ignored his text while I was at work. It was just my luck, though, that my motorcycle wouldn't start when I was trying to leave, and nobody was responding but Lewis. He offered to take me home and fix my motorcycle later. I stupidly agreed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You better call Uber, dude. I'm gonna keep it so smooth. Either buy you or get you an Uber. Have somebody. I mean, I don't know how motorcycles work, so I don't know how if you'll be able to call somebody like you do with a car, but you should call. Like, I mean, like, you know how they have like tow trucks, shit like that. I don't know how it works for motorcycles, but you know, call somebody who fixes motorcycles. Should walk to the car place or something But I ain't gonna lie, like, you know he wants a relationship with you, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's like you have to realize, bro, in his situation, he's not losing anything. So it's like if he hangs out with you and he picks you up from you not being able to drive your motorcycle, whatever, then he thinks, okay, she is gonna count on him more. You know what I'm saying? Because he's reliable. You know what I'm saying? So now he thinks, okay, in his mind, if I'm reliable to her, if I, say she's stranded somewhere and I go pick her up, that she might trust him. Because, I mean, you have to trust him if you get in his car after knowing that he doesn't want to, that he wants a relationship with you and you don't want a relationship with him. So it's like now he has any attention now because you don't have nothing else to do. You're stranded. You like either he leaves you here and you just get kidnapped or, something happens, or he takes you home. So it's like now he could do whatever he wants. He might expect something in return. He could take you anywhere. His whole life is in your hands right now. He can take you anywhere he wants. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like in this situation, bro, your best bet is either call like the people that fix motorcycles, call the police. You can call the police too. Call the police. And they could take you home. I mean, if none of your family is responding, that's probably like the only bet. So I ain't lying. Because I know, I mean, if you get locked out your car not working, you call the police. Because I did it before. So you call the police. Well, I mean, I don't know if the police fix motorcycles, but then again, police do drive motorcycles too. So you probably could do that. But the last decision is if these are actually motorcycles in the background and they're not just for the animation, then you could ask whoever these motorcycles are, because it looks like you're by a store somewhere. So, or work. I think she said she was at work. So you could ask somebody one of these if you could use theirs or something. But yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to rob.
Came to pick me up at my apartment complex.
It's survival skills, bro.
He asked to use my bathroom before leaving. I let him.
It's over. And you let him drive you home. I just realized that. So now he knows exactly where you live, and you let him come in the house too. Yeah, it's over.
Since he helped me out. When he came out of the bathroom.
I'm like, y'all females gotta have better survival skills, bro. I mean, same thing with dudes too. But yeah, y'all gotta have better survival skills than this. I'm gonna keep it so smooth. Because I feel like if it was a dude and there was a girl he was friends with and he didn't want a relationship with her, like even in my situation, like I feel like you're more likely to pursue the girl even if you don't want a relationship with her. Or just want to hang out with her, want to do things with her, stuff like that. So if a girl takes you home, you don't want a relationship with her, but she wants a relationship with you, and she has to use the bathroom, you probably let her use the bathroom. I personally would, just because I know how females, like, how dudes could be. So, especially, like, if she was stranded, too, in my situation, I'd be stranded. But I feel like my first instinct would not be to text somebody and call somebody that I know wants a relationship with me, and it's kind of a little creepy. I wouldn't do that first. That wouldn't be the first option. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they said they call people first, but I just feel like my first option would definitely not be like that. Would be my last option. Like if walking or calling the police or ask somebody else to drive me or calling the Uber. If I had no other option, that would be it. But I would rather walk.
We went to hug goodbye, but something awful happened while we were hugging. His arm slipped down from my shoulders to my waist.
Oh yeah,
then he
it's over.
Pulled me in for a kiss. I began fighting him off, trying to push and shove him off of me.
He knows where you live at.
Finally, I hit him hard enough to get him to let me go. But it wasn't over. He backed me into a corner in my own apartment.
Oh yeah, it's over. And he looked kind of, well, I'm not going to say he looks strong, but he's stronger than
Then revealed himself to be the monster he truly was.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, he's wrong.
How could you do this to me?
You're such a goddamn tease. I'm tired of being friend-zoned. If you don't want to be with me, then I'm going to stop helping you.
I didn't ask for any of that.
Yeah?
You did kind of ask for help, though.
And what about your bike? You asked me to help you with that.
He is kind of right.
You?
I'm going to be honest.
It's different.
That's
How
facts.
can't you see that?
You seem confused. So let me be 100% clear. You either get all of me or none of me.
Then I choose
He's
no.
low-key standing on business, though. I ain't gonna lie. I can't really say anything about that. I mean, like, what he did is kind of insane, but him saying either you get some of me or none of me, or whatever he said just now, that's facts, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, like, I feel like it's like, especially because his feelings are attached and involved, bro, you can't like play around with that, bro. Like, say you don't want to relationship with him, but still hang out with him, still have him take you home, and still allow him in your home. Like, you can't do that type of stuff, bro, because now it's like you playing with his emotions now. Now he thinks you want more, or he thinks, I mean, especially if he overthinks, he probably thinks that you want a relationship with him, or you want to be with him or something, and you don't. But you're showing that you do.
Now get out!
So he feels like every single time he hangs out with you, he's more and more of a chance of getting to.
Still don't understand.
With you.
If I can't have you, then no one can.
Oh yeah, he's wild. Yeah, see, now he's wild. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You have to be more aware, bro, because it's like me, like when it comes to like carrying type of stuff, this type of stuff, you always got to be on point, bro. That's why I feel like as soon as he went in your house, like he wanted to go in your house, you done. You got to use the bathroom outside, bro. Shit. You a dude, bro. You could pee in the bushes. You could pee, shit, anywhere. Honestly, well, let me not say anywhere, but you could pee. There's a lot more places you can pee than a girl can. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, you on your own. But I wouldn't like. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather him drive me, like in her situation, to the police station or something, or like, you know, somewhere close to my house, but I don't tell him so that I can walk. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not allowing just anybody to know where I live at. You know what I'm saying? So I would say probably either somewhere close. I would say your friend's house, but that's probably not the best idea. Not gonna lie to you. Maybe your dad's house. No, I don't think that's a good idea either. Yeah, I would say just drive you to a store or something that's close in this area where you can walk.
I hadn't seen my sister Kelly in a few days. I didn't think anything was wrong, but then I got a call from her work. They said she had a no-call, no-showed and left her bike in the parking lot, which was completely unlike her. She wouldn't respond to any of my calls or texts either.
Yeah, I ain't a lot too, bro. With the other video I seen, I just feel like you should just like if something like this happens, bro, just check on your people, bro, for sure, bro. Cause it's deeper than just them getting like kidnapped or something like that. Like it's more than that, bro. Especially like mentally too. But you gotta make sure that you on it, bro, cause you just never know what people are going through, bro. Like she at work, like her bike is at work, and she didn't go to work. It's like, I mean, it has to be something. You know what I'm saying? I would just make sure, even if they like, cause it's like, how would she get home if her bike wasn't there? I mean, if her bike was already at work.
So I went to her apartment and knocked on the door, but got no reply. Becoming more concerned by the second, I went to the office and begged them to give me a key so I could check on her. They let me have one, and then I went back up to her apartment and opened the door. When I stepped inside, I saw the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. My sister was laying face down on the floor in a pool of blood. I dropped to my knees and sobbed, screaming, begging for it to be a dream, but I never woke up. My sister was dead. The police came, and they soon had their prime suspect, this guy she had been talking to who went by the name of Louis. They looked at my sister's Snapchat logs as evidence, then arrested him after finishing the investigation before the end of the day. Ever since she passed, our family has been shattered. Taking my sister away from us was the most selfish act that a man could have committed, and I hope he pays for it by living in agony for the rest of his worthless life.
A review of a victim's Snapchat log reveals the man's request for actual dates and more effort from her, with the victim telling him she was only interested in a friendship and did not feel a romantic...
Bro, I'm gonna be so smooth, bro. I hope he's summarizing that, because I'm not reading all that. I'm gonna be so smooth with y'all. But I mean, I think it's a summary of what we watched.
A man in Minnesota has been charged with taking...
Like, RIP to her, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm not reading all this.
out his friend with a firearm at close range because she didn't want a romantic relationship with him.
But yeah, that's kind of weak, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, they kill somebody because they don't want a relationship with you. Like, it's just so many other females.
Lopez Zike, 27, was charged for
ruining your life over one female, bro. There's literally billions of females out here. You know what I'm saying? That are your same age that probably want or will want a relate. Well, I mean, you know, like, there's just, I mean, I just what I'm saying, like, it's many females out here. You have at least one female in the world. I look at it honestly like you have at least about like within your whole time on the earth, you have at least about 10 out of the million females or billions. I'll say 15 out of your whole lifespan that you'll either be friends with, have a relationship with, etc. And then maybe even like have a friend with, like be friends with them, but they don't want a relationship with you. But you have at least about 15 females that you have a bond with out of the million. So I just feel like I just don't think it's worth it.
The June 16th slaying of Kaylee Grace
now you're
Arseth,
ruining your whole life
22.
for one person.
Arseth's family reached out for a wellness check after she failed to report to work. Police arrived to find her car in the parking lot and her apartment door locked. A locator app on her phone showed that it was inside the apartment. So when she failed to respond to knocks, officers obtained a key from the apartment management and gained access. Inside, they found Arseth face down on her living room floor in a pool of blood, with an apparent wound to her head. Friends of the victim told police that Arseth had recently met a man online who went by the name Louis. They determined that the pair had spent time together in person and that Louis bought Arseth things on shopping trips, but the relationship was not romantic or intimate. Investigators found Arseth's computer logged into Snapchat, where she shared a best friend's badge and had a streak that had just ended with Louis. After her death, Louis sent no further snaps to the victim. Police then began exploring messages with Louis, where they uncovered a frustration growing between them, with Louis asking for a romantic relationship and Arseth responding that she only wanted a friendship. Arseth asked Louis if he was available on June 16th to help her with her motorcycle. That's when Louis picked her up that day after work, brought her to her home, and did what he did.
Hey, RP to her though. Y'all females stay woke with that hanging out with dudes, bro. Y'all gotta make sure y'all doing what y'all do, cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just better survival skills, honestly, would have helped you like survive. I feel like, I mean, yeah, like I feel like when God it's your time to go out, you know, but I feel like still at the same time, if you just don't hang out with anybody, I just say honestly, it wasn't even that she was hanging out with him, but I just feel like if she realizes that he wanted a relationship and she didn't, she'll just cut it off there. Either that, or just not invited him to her house, especially. That's the least thing she could have done. So even if she did hang out with him, she should just not allow him to go over her house and told him exactly where she lived at. Shit like that.
A few years ago, I met a woman named Allie. We ran into each other while ordering drinks at a bar. I hit on her a little bit and managed to get her Snapchat. The next day, I hit her up to see if she was still.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I just don't ever see myself dating a female or talking to a female I met at a bar. Like I don't even think I'm gonna probably never go to a bar until like I'm up there maybe. I don't know, but I just don't see honestly, if I do go to a bar, I'll be with my girlfriend because I never see myself going to a bar and meeting a female off that. Because you don't know how many dudes she talked to. And just like she's drunk, so she might never really want you. She might just be trying to stay safe, or doesn't even know what's happening.
It turned out that she was, so we kept in touch for a while. Over the next couple of weeks, we went on a few dates. I was hesitant.
I don't know. Everybody's gonna meet their wife somewhere, so
to get super involved with her because she still wasn't over her ex, or more accurately.
Yeah, if they not over the ex, let it go.
Her ex was not over her. The ex-boyfriend in question.
Oh yeah, just let it go. Yeah, you got it. Either that or just y'all gotta move out somewhere. Be friends with her. Don't post anything with her, but just be friends with her. Y'all can still hang out, do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to do, but just when you do post her or y'all hang out, whatever, do it. Honestly, I wouldn't even say post your location ever, bro. To be honest with you, because it's like people are really crazy. Like I feel like somebody would be crazy enough to fly to where you at, and you feel me? So I would say at least if you do post your location, never post where your house is at, and make sure that you always leave that location by the time you post it. So leave the location and post it. But I would say if you do go to a place too, don't go there too often. So say for example, you go out with her and y'all go to, the mall or the movies or something. Or, what I'm saying? Don't continuously go to that same mall and that same location. Because then if that person is really crazy enough, they will just continue to go to that mall until they see you. Especially if you post it frequently. So even if you do go there frequently, I would say don't do it. Don't post it all the time.
Question was this crazy jealous psycho guy named Scott.
But y'all girls and dudes also gotta watch who y'all be dating, bro, because that crazy stuff ain't no joke.
I could tell that Allie didn't want to talk about him, but she didn't have much of a choice.
And I just feel like, bro, if you know somebody's crazy over you, should not be in no relationship with nobody, bro.
As he was
just like figure it out. If you gotta do what's that thing called? Or like restraining order. But yeah, just figure that out.
Constantly stalking her, messaging her on Snapchat, and showing up everywhere. They'd recently gone through a nasty breakup, but it was clear that Scott still wanted her. During our conversations, Allie told me about how manipulative.
I ain't gonna lie too, bro. I would say if I was in this situation, bro, as a female at least, I mean, because as a dude, you can't really do much unless you like willingly wanting to cut your hair off and cut your beard and all that shit. But I say for a female, just change your hairstyles frequently. You know, wear a decent amount of makeup. Maybe wear like scarves and shit. Or like live somewhere that's cold usually, so you can wear scarves and shit. You know, stuff like that. I just don't think you should be going out, especially like in that same vicinity too. Like, you know, he lives in, like, say for example, y'all in Georgia, and you know he lives in Georgia, and you know all the places that he knows, all the places that you usually go to when y'all were together, or just in general. I just say you shouldn't do that.
And possessive the guy was. The idea of her hanging out with any other man would turn him batshit.
But that is weak though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if a female doesn't want to be with you, or a dude don't want to be with you, don't go trying to kill them because they want somebody else. Like, that's just
crazy. Even going out with her female friends was also too difficult.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. She's not even dating you, and you're not even let her go with her female friend. Well, I mean, female friends do be bad influences, bro, but that's not your job. That's not your girl, bro.
For him to accept.
So she wants to go hang out with a female, a dude, a shark, a fish.
We had him blocked and all that, but it seemed like he always continued to stalk her. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but given...
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be so smooth with you. It's like, it's up to you, because it's like, if you know you want to be with this girl, bro, like I said, I would say the best thing to do is to fly somewhere. You know what I'm saying? When you get up money like that, but if y'all do hang out, try and go somewhere that y'all are not frequently out. And if y'all do hang out too, like say for example, you know what I'm saying, y'all in Georgia, and y'all continuously hang out in Georgia in the same place y'all used to go to with the other dude. Because I feel like you shouldn't even really hang out in the same place you used to go to with another man, with somebody new. But anyway, that's for another story. But I would just say, if y'all do hang out frequently in that same vicinity that y'all used to live at, or he used to live at, whatever, then hang out with a lot of people. That's what I would say do too. So with my survival skills, I'll hang out with a lot of people. Always make sure that you check in your surroundings. Never sit in a spot for too long, especially like in that vicinity. I would say you probably shouldn't go on dates. And just watch hands, bro. Honestly, watch hands. You know, maybe get like a security guard or something. But I would say in his situation, bro, if he did honestly want to pursue her, just be a protector, bro. Like, just pray and stuff like that. But just try and be a protector. You know, be there for her, cuddle her, give her hugs. You know what I'm saying? If she's overthinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Tell her you're there for her. Just make her feel safe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that can be real traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're still continuously stalking you, too. So you never know why they broke up. But I mean, I feel like it's for a decent reason if the dude's still stalking her. So I would say, yeah, I would say try and, you know, like even if you have to like allow her to sleep at, I would say honestly too, like you should really let her sleep at your house majority of the time. Or if she don't sleep at your house, you sleep at her house. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily be in the same bed if y'all not on that type of timing yet, but you should definitely make sure that you keep her safe and, you know, make her feel safe, make her feel happy, because, you know, that's definitely scary.
How much she wanted to be with me. I brushed.
And she wants to be with you too, with all this going on. But then again, though, that's why it's a little sticky here, because it's like, does she really want to be with him, or is she just trying to be with him because, I mean, even if he's attractive, whatever to her, that's cool. But she might be trying to be with him so that she'll be protected, or that, you know what I'm saying, like she feels like he's a good guy and he'll help her or he'll protect her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like iffy, bro. I mean, that's just what my overthinking. I feel like honestly though, if she is, you know what I'm saying, if that's a crazy dude, whatever, and he still stalks her and if she wants to be with you, um, even if it is just for security, then I feel like, well, not security, but like just because you make her feel safe, that's still good look on your part. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would just say do that. Get a restraining order too, and just watch hands. Make sure y'all never post y'all location. Try not to have any spots where y'all sit down in the same spot too long. And yeah.
Red flags under the rug. However, one night we went on a date.
See, see, that's what I'm saying. You can't be going on dates, bro. I'm gonna keep it so smooth. I would say y'all shouldn't go on dates for at least a year or two, unless y'all like. I mean, there's other dates you can do, but I would say, I mean, if y'all want to go on a date, quote unquote, I would say maybe get like a hotel, order some food, you know what I'm saying, and go from there, or have a house still there. I just don't think y'all should be out, especially if he's stalking you. I don't think you should be out too much. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a sit down restaurant or like a sit down, like honestly, just outside in general. But anywhere that's like a sit down thing, because it's like you can't watch your surroundings, bro. Especially females. Like, I feel like females don't watch the surroundings as much. Like some of them might, like maybe if they were in certain neighborhoods when they were growing up and stuff like that. But I feel like majority of females don't really watch their surroundings. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's more of a guy thing to do. So I feel like even then, I feel like you shouldn't really have a sit down spot, because there could be somebody right behind him and he won't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like too, like you may sneak in a restaurant, or you may go to a restaurant and he might, you know what I'm saying? Like if he's really crazy, he'll go to a restaurant that he knows that you like, and then try and work there and then poison your food. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many different things that he could do. So that's why I would just say I wouldn't even go to no sit down dates if I know someone's stalking me, bro. I would just go, I'd just figure something out.
Probably our fourth or fifth
It's not
one.
worth it,
As
bro.
we were chatting and having dinner, Allie suddenly froze, and her face went pale. I tried to snap her out of it, but then
And that's
I
why
realized,
it's like too, bro. It's like I just feel like that's bad survival skills, bro. Because it's like, you know somebody's stalking you, and you gonna go in a restaurant and sit down and eat. Nah, bro, that's not worth it. I would honestly, y'all rather, if y'all want to really have a date for real, I would say y'all should just sit in the car and do it that way. But I feel like that's not even a good idea. But at least if you're in the car, you can drive away. But yeah, just make sure y'all watch your surroundings and do it that way. I just
she
don't feel
couldn't
like
stop
it's
staring
smart
out
to
the
do that.
restaurant window. That's when I looked over to where she was staring at and saw a man standing right outside.
Nah, bro. Because it's like now in this situation, what's she supposed to do? I'm gonna be honest, bro. We keep it so smooth. Like I was saying, be security for her, not security, but like make her feel secure and safe. But bro, this isn't really any like. I mean, I just don't know, because it's like now you're putting your life in jeopardy now. Like if you step to him and you punch him or hit him or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with some self-defense stuff, it's like now he's gonna target you now. Now he feels like he has to assert his dominance because this his ex, so he still wants her. He's still stalking her, so he's gonna try and do as much as he can. So he might now have a lot more animosity to you, because now he realizes, oh, she found another dude. Now I gotta go assert my dominance. I just know how it is for men, bro. Like I feel like men are real like masculine. Like they always want to feel like they're stronger, bigger than somebody, bro. So now he gonna try and go attack the man because he feel like he getting his girl stolen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now if you fight him and you beat him up or whatever, shoot him, whatever, now he got a target on your back now. Now every time now he's not even going to just stalk her. Now he's going to try and stalk you. You know what I'm saying? So then if he takes you out, now the girl has no other choice to be with him. Or not. I wouldn't say have another choice, but it's going to be harder for her to protect herself now because it's just her until she finds somebody else. And then you can just do it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just don't think it's smart, bro. Because now it's like, I mean, y'all in the restaurant. Only thing y'all can really do is just call the police. Or like see if somebody else can help y'all or something. Try and jump them or something. Or just run. I mean, I'll say you could run. I say, a person like me, hit him with a Philly shell. You know what I'm saying? You know, hit him with a nice little, like I say, low key. I would say catch him off guard or some shit. Like if he try and talk to your girl or the girl or whatever, go up behind him and punch him in the back of his head or something. Or like you can Philly shell, you know what I'm saying? Philly shell. Also got some good survival skills too is if you see him, get the keys, you know what I'm saying? Give it to her. And then when y'all walk out the store or the restaurant, whatever, you get in a fight with him, punch him, have her run to the car before this even happens. Have her run to the car, get in the car, unlock it, you know what I'm saying? And be in the driver's seat, already having to drive. You know what I'm saying? That way, if he try and chase her, he can drive, or she can drive away, right? And then come spin back and get you. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah. Or, person like me, I will push him out the way and then get in the car if he tries to run for the car. Or you could look and run him over, too. But I feel like that probably isn't the best idea. But yeah, I'll Philly shell, hit him with a nice little right hook, you know what I'm saying, and run. Get in the car.
Staring at us with a face full of rage. I knew it had to be Scott. Right there was the confirmation of every terrifying thing she had been saying about him.
I am freaking.
Yeah, but yeah. That's why y'all gotta be aware of your surroundings, bro.
That he really was stalking her. He didn't just stay outside the restaurant, though. No, he charged in.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbed me
Yeah, he's getting hit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna say too much. I'll just say there's utensils in the restaurant. That's all I'm gonna say.
by the collar, then
Grabbed you by the collar?
pulled me up out of my...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bro. It's over. See, this is what I'm telling y'all, too, bro. It's about being... Now, this is for the man now. You see that he's outside, you know what I'm saying, stalking her, whatever. He come inside. You automatically gotta get up. We gotta fight. Let's go. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sitting down, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Person like me, I would look you grab a utensil, bro. If he like real buff, because I feel like anybody could knock anybody out. But if I don't really know how to fight and he's trying to come up to me, I ain't gonna lie, he's getting for me.
chair and started screaming in my face.
Who the hell are you?
But bro, no. As a grown man, you cannot allow any man to do this, bro. Or female. This dude is grabbing you by your shirt like these, bro. Like you're literally off the ground, my man. Yeah, nah, you can't go like this.
What are you doing with her? That's my bitch.
Scott, stop! Leave him alone!
Shut up, you thought.
Bro, stop talking, bro. Female, see, this is also another thing, bro. Don't do this. As if you're a female and your man's getting beat up, bro, don't say nothing. Just don't, because it's like he's already like mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you saying, oh, don't do this, don't do that, now you're protecting the other dude now. You know what I'm saying? So now he's getting even more mad because he's already mad that you're with somebody else. So if you say, oh, don't hurt him, whatever, now you're protecting him. So now he's gonna get even more mad because now he feels like he's getting his girl stolen. You know what I'm saying? Even more. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't say nothing. Either don't say nothing or like I wouldn't even say sneak up behind him because I'm gonna be honest, in this picture it look like he kind of big, bro. So you ain't gonna be able to hit him from behind him. But and I would say as a female, don't ever try to be Superman, bro. Like if I'm getting beat up, bro, I'm just getting beat up, bro. Don't even really try to help me either. I would honestly say just run away. Well, I wouldn't say run away, that's kind of crazy. But I just feel like yeah, you're gonna have to do something, bro. But just don't antagonize him, bro, because he's just gonna
Balance must be off from all the dudes you've been screwing. Listen, man, don't do this. I'll do whatever I want. I'll break every bone in your body if you lay a finger on her. Ah!
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not going.
Luckily for me, as soon as Scott slammed me onto the table,
they got him.
waiters came out and pulled him off of me.
They shot the
But
waiter.
I swear, I was a second away from getting my eye gouged out with the...
See, this is what he should have grabbed. Bro, no. Okay, this is your fault. I ain't like it's your fault. But I'm not gonna say it's your fault. But that's what I was saying earlier. If you date a female that has a stalker or just has a crazy boyfriend in general, you have to expect anything, bro. That's why I'm telling you, you have to either leave this place, like leave the country, well not the country, but the state, whatever. Always, I'll honestly say you probably should always have protection on you too, just in case. Never sit down at any place or stay in any place for too long. You know what I'm saying? Have a bodyguard. I would say honestly have a bodyguard probably the easiest thing. Get a restraining order. And it's like in this situation, you should have just ran. As soon as they got him off you, y'all should have booked it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, he probably can't book it, but Uh, shit, I don't even know, bro, because it don't even look like she could pick him up or nothing. Damn, I don't even know what he would do in this situation, bro. But I just would never be in this situation because I would just either, as soon as he walked in, I would have fought him. We would have ran out, and I would get rid of the key. She would have got in the car, and I would have punched him, and then we would have ran. Or I would have ran, and then got in the car, and we would have dipped out. But I just feel like as a man, bro, if you hit this man, I'm telling you, if you hit him, he's gonna want to attack you, bro. Like, he's gonna have a bounty. Or I'm not gonna say a bounty, but he's gonna, like, he needs to find, like, as soon as he finds you, it's over. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be aware of your
Steak
surroundings.
knife immediately after, despite their efforts to keep him there to face
But
consequences.
look at this, bro. They're holding him with.
Immediately
Look at this. They're holding both one of his arm with two hands. Well, this I don't think this is this, but he's holding his arm with two hands, bro.
after, despite their
Person like me, bro, if they're holding him like this, I would like punch him or kick him or something, and we'll just jump him. That's what I would do. Because it's like, I'm be honest with you, bro. I don't even know. Because I mean, if he's too hurt to run, but this is a survival instinct, bro. Like, he's gonna have adrenaline to be able to run, bro. Like, he got slammed on the table. I'm pretty sure you can run after you get slammed on the table. If you can run off of getting hit stick by somebody in the football, bro, or get knocked out, you could definitely run after getting pushed on the table, bro. So I would say, yeah.
efforts to keep him
I
there
would
to
have
face
ran.
consequences, he managed to get away and ran out of the restaurant, disappearing. We were asked if we wanted to call the police, and
Bro, no, bro. Leave. There's no, the police, bro, no, dude, come on. The police is not going to get here that fast, bro. Leave, and then you can call the police on the way. Don't call the police right now.
anyway, but I could tell by the look in Allie's face
it's
that
like-
she just wanted
And it's like, damn, too, because now, I don't know, because I feel like in this situation, though, it's more of her, like, I feel like she's more sad because she thinks it's his fault. It's her fault. Like, it's not even that he got beat up or nothing. It's just that she feels like it's his fault. She feels like it's her fault that he got in this situation. And now it's like, you know,
the night to be over, so I took her home. We were
That's
also
traumatizing.
told not to come back since they held us partially responsible for the damage to the table.
what?
Where, after that
I
explosive
mean, that doesn't
encounter
matter.
with Scott,
You're alive, bro. It don't matter about the
I
rest.
pumped the brakes on hanging out with Allie until it seemed like the
Yeah, I feel like you should have been did that, bro. Just, you can hang out with her, bro, but like I said, just don't be in
things
the
had
same
blown
country.
over. We
Or
weren't
state.
sure how he had found her, so we didn't want to risk a repeat of the same thing.
Because
Of
it's
course,
like now I would feel bad as a man, too, because it's like if I let her go home, he might go to her house.
we
You know what I'm
considered
saying? So
getting
it's
a
like,
restraining order,
they
but we
should've been
were
there.
worried it would make him do something even crazier. Plus, it would probably take a while before it would come into full effect.
But that's true.
Before dropping her off, I parked on her driveway, and we sat in my car chatting for a bit till she was comfortable enough to head inside. The whole time,
I
we
wouldn't
were
leave her
both
alone.
paranoid thinking that Scott would show up again, but
Yeah,
he
I
didn't.
wouldn't leave her alone.
After
I personally wouldn't leave her alone until the restraining order. Because now it's like he already attacked you. Now you gotta be defense mode, bro. Because it's like I said, as a man, bro, if he feels like you stole his girl, he's gonna attack you forever, bro. It's not just a one-time thing, bro. So if I'm him, me and her gotta live together. If like we can't move nowhere else, we can't get a restraining order, we can't, get a security guard or anything like that. We just have to live together
about an hour or so,
and just get
Allie
married.
got
from there.
comfortable enough to head inside. Then I waved her goodbye and drove home. About 30 minutes later, I got home and sent Allie a selfie on Snapchat with a caption saying, "Good night." However, she never opened it.
Yeah,
I
well,
assumed she
You should have never left her alone.
had just
man.
passed out since it was late,
You're so
and
right.
we'd had quite a few drinks. I then tried to get to sleep
Bro, I feel
myself.
like a lot of these stories are just situational awareness, bro. Like, if you know that dude is stalking her, don't let her be alone at night, bro. That's the worst thing you can do, bro. Like, I personally would not even be able to sleep knowing that I allow a girl that's being stalked by a man to stay home by herself, bro. Like, at least have her sleep with, like, her family or something. Or like her friend. I mean, I wouldn't even say a friend, bro, because it's like, not to discredit females, but it's like, it's but so much a female can do against a man, bro. I feel like in most cases, bro. So it's like, even if she goes to her female's house, I mean, that's not really stopping him. Because if he has if he knows where she's at.
But I couldn't stop thinking about that encounter I had with that Scott guy. I had this terrible feeling that something was wrong. I just hit that point in the relationship where I was really starting to care about her. So I thought I was being irrational, but I eventually couldn't take it anymore and got back in my car to go check on her. As soon as I parked outside her house, I knew something was wrong. The door was wide open. I jumped out of my car and ran inside, where my heart shattered. Allie was dead on the floor. In an absolute mess. I called the police. I told them what I knew, and it very quickly became a search for her ex-boyfriend Scott. When they arrested him, he admitted he'd been stalking her the entire time. He had confessed to using the Snap Map feature on Snapchat to find her location. He had found the place.
Bro, that's why y'all gotta stop giving y'all locations out. Cause I feel like, I mean, that's probably not her fault because you probably didn't, like, remember. But I just don't think you should give your location out to anybody, bro. Because it's like, you got to realize, even if you don't have your location on actively, if they know where you live at, they can just, you feel me? So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like you got to be aware who you give your location to.
We were going on a date, then decided to later break into her house and wait for her to return. The moment I left.
Like, you can't allow her, especially if he already knew. Because even if he didn't stalk her from that, he already knew where she lived at. So obviously at some point he was gonna go to her house.
He killed her out of jealousy. I've never been able to face the world the same since.
But yeah, that is
this story was inspired by a disturbing incident regarding a Kansas man convicted of taking out his ex-girlfriend in Nebraska. The suspect was Aldrich Scott, who was found guilty more than a year after the disappearance of his ex, Carrie Allen, 43, according to reports. Allen vanished in November of 2022, and Scott was initially charged with kidnapping. Police later determined that Scott tracked her location on Snapchat and drove from Topeka, Kansas, to her home in Omaha, where he then waited until she arrived before taking her out with a firearm. Prosecutors had argued that Allen had been on a date at a restaurant when Scott tracked her location. Scott fled the country and was eventually arrested in Belize. Allen's body was found in a shallow grave. Scott was sentenced to life in prison.
R.I.P. to her, bro. But y'all just gotta stay aware, especially y'all females out there, bro. Just stay, well, not even just females, but y'all just gotta make sure y'all are paying attention to y'all surroundings, bro. You know, if you know somebody's stalking you, bro, go to the police, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not want to, but it's the best bet, bro. Go to the police or, you know, stay protected. Never go anywhere alone. Never sleep alone. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you sleep with your mom, your sister, shit, anybody, bro. Just anybody you can sleep with, bro. Like, you don't have to sleep with them, but just in the same, I mean, honestly, I would say sleep with them, bro. Because it's like, even if they do come over, then if y'all sleeping away from each other, I don't know, I wouldn't know how to react, bro. I would be so paranoid. Like, I wouldn't even think I'd be able to sleep. Like, even if I'm in the house with you, like, say, for example, my girl used to get stalked, or was getting stalked by somebody. I wouldn't be able to sleep in the bed with her knowing that, or I wouldn't be able to let her sleep her alone, but if I sleep with her, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep knowing that there's still somebody stalking her. You know what I'm saying? And he knows where we live at. But I wouldn't even be able to go to sleep at all. I would damn near be awake all day. Like we'll have to take turns sleeping, honestly. That's honestly what we'll have to do. Take turns sleeping. I'll let her sleep during the day. I mean, during the night. And I'll sleep in the, during the day. And we'll just be real close to each other every single time we go to sleep. If she ever needs anything, she's paranoid, scared, anything, wake me up and go from there. But you just gotta be aware who y'all be dating, bro, because some crazy people out here, bro. But lay y'all, man, be safe. Just keep staying focused on yourselves, man. Till the time is there, man. I love y'all.